Bleacher Report has released top 10 greatest rivals of John Cena. And we're going to take a look at that. But before I get to that, welcome to my channel. It's the wrestling guy of the era order, whatever. My Twitter is down below. We're going to take a look at this Bleacher Report and show you the top 10 greatest rivals according to Bleacher Report of John Cena, who is two matches left before he officially retires. And and well, it's a long. He's been wrestling a long time. So we're gonna take a look at his 10 rivals, and then a little bit later on, not in this video, but in a future video, before John Cena's final match, I'll do my 10 top rivals with John Cena, my own personal top 10. But let's take a look from Bleacher Report who the top 10 rivals, greatest rivals of all time from John Cena. Okay, we're not gonna go very long. I'm not gonna make this like a 30-minute video. I could easily do that based on the article here, but I'm not. So okay, so ranking John Cena's greatest rivals in WWE. So this is where, okay. So, number 10, Bray Wyatt. So, Bray Wyatt's number 10. Now, Bray Wyatt, he had that feud with Bray Wyatt in 2014. Beat him at WrestleMania. They used kids for all that whole storyline, for that Mystique, highlight, all that stuff of Bray Wyatt, the Wyatt family. And then later on, 2020, unfortunately, we didn't really get a match in public. It had to be held as a basically like a movie, right? It was not an actual match. It was more of a video. So the Firefly House match with John Cena and the Fiend version of Bray Wyatt. That's 10. Okay, I don't know. Would you rank him number 10? Shawn Michaels, he did have a feud with Shawn Michaels. They were both baby faces. It was a babyface feud. They faced each other at WrestleMania and they were tag team champions. I remember that. So there was a time. So I could see why he would be in this list. A 9, I think it's good because when we talk about feuds with John Cena, we really don't think about Shawn Michaels. We do think about Bray Wyatt, but not Shawn Michaels. Kurt Angle, correct. He started his first match on SmackDown was with Kurt Angle, and then they had a championship match. They had a championship match where he won the title. So yeah, Kurt Angle's definitely top 10. It might be a little higher on the list, in my opinion, but we'll do my top 10. Batista. The thing about Batista is their feud was not that long. Okay, they only they did face each other in 2008 for it was a short feud. They were both baby faces, and then in 2009 to 2010, they faced each other for 3 matches. Batista, WrestleMania, and 2 other pay-per-views after that. One was the final match of Batista's career before he left WWE. So yeah. So in 2010, they had that feud, and then that's it. So I can see why it would be 6, right? 6 or 7, 7. Because they didn't really have extended feuds, except for the last one. They were both babyfaces and were the top stars of the brand. Batista was SmackDown, and Cena was Raw. Remember, they kind of made a switch. Batista was on Raw for a little, right? Evolution. Cena on SmackDown. Then they made a switch. Cena went to Raw, and Batista went to SmackDown, and they're the top babyface stars of the brand with the title. So I can see why. Obviously, yeah. So it makes sense. And they did come through Ohio Valley Wrestling together. AJ Styles. Now AJ Styles, my opinion, I might put a little bit ahead in the top 5. Okay, but okay. So this is a credible story too. They had incredible matches through the summer 2016, where Styles turned on Cena babyface, right? He was a babyface, turned heel on Cena. They had incredible 3 matches. They each Styles won the first match. They had the 6-man tag team match with Styles reunited with Gallows and Anderson to take on Cena, Cena, Enzo, and Cassidy. And then the SummerSlam match where Styles got the win over Cena, and then they faced a triple threat match with Dean Ambrose was involved, John Moxley, And then they faced each other at World Rumble 2017. Cena became defeated Styles, became champion. And yeah, that was a good story. I mean, great matches. It was a good story overall, their feud. So I might have put them in the top five, but six is not bad. All right. Brock Lesnar. Now, Brock Lesnar, yeah. I mean, now I personally think if Brock Lesnar didn't leave WWE in 2004, I think they would have feuded much earlier. But when Brock Lesnar came back, his first match was John Cena, which John Cena won, and people had a lot of problems with that. But 2 years later, SummerSlam 2014, Brock Lesnar decimated John Cena, destroyed John Cena. I don't know, 16 German suplexes, I don't know how many F5s, just killed John Cena, became champion. They had a rematch, right? Seth Rollins tried to get involved, try to cash in, Brock retained. Then there was a triple threat match in the Royal Rumble 2015 with Brock, Seth, and Cena. Brock retained. Okay? So yeah, and then this year, WrestlePalooza, Brock destroyed John Cena again, and looks like nothing's going to come out of that. Like, John Cena's not going to his win back, and I think that hurts his retirement tour a little bit, but what can you do? I don't write this stuff. Okay? So, okay. For Randy Orton. Now, this is a top four feud for me. Randy Orton, like like Batista and Brock, both came up through Ohio Valley Wrestling back in the day. And Orton, one of the top heels of the time. Cena, one of the top babyfaces. They had a credible match, and their feuds were on and off, but they were great. There was 2016, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, great feuds with each other. Even involved the Nexus stuff was terrible. The Nexus stuff was bad, but there was the Orton Cena stuff involved. The Authority stuff, 2013. Cena and Orton kind of had a feud then. And then they all made their way back to having a feud with Cena as a heel last April. Yeah, April, May. Right? So I can see why he's a top four. The Rock. Now, The Rock. This is the thing about The Rock and Cena. This is behind the scenes, personal and on TV, right? Cena was calling out The Rock for not being there for the fans, doing the right, not really being loyal to WWE, even though he says The Rock says he is. And this all started when The Rock came back in 2011, right? Be the host of WrestleMania, and Cena and the Cena and the Miz were destined to WrestleMania, and the whole thing was Miz was an afterthought despite being a champion, right? And the whole thing was really Rock and Cena. Rock wasn't wrestling, but the whole thing was about how Cena, as I said, Cena wasn't happy with the Rock saying the Rock says he loves wrestling, but he hasn't been back 2011 since 2004. And yeah, and they've been going at it. Rock cost Cena the title at 2011's WrestleMania. So the Rock challenged, no, Cena challenged The Rock for a match at WrestleMania a year later. They had that match. The Rock won that match. And then fast forward a year later, Rock defeated CM Punk, become champion. Cena, I think, might have won the Royal Rumble. I'm not sure, or he won another match, but he became the number one contender. And they had a rematch at the following WrestleMania 2013, where Cena defeated The Rock to become champion, and then the feud kind of accumulated onto then the Cena, one of the worst things happened and then nothing came out of it. Like his loyalty, his to The Rock never came out of this when he turned heel on Cody, and we all thought he joined the alliance with The Rock and he aligned himself with The Rock, but nothing came out of it. And really, and it was one of the worst heel turns for Cena. Nobody wanted to see Cena turn heel. It was too late. I mean, people wanted to see turn Cena heel back in the day. With The Rock feud, they wanted to turn him heel then. Cena was about to. But nobody wants to see Cena turn heel when he's on his last hurrah. So let's go to the top two. Edge. Oh, yeah, Edge. I definitely do think Edge is definitely top three. Top three for sure, because Edge is definitely up there. Now, why is Edge to me as a top three? Because they're credible. Edge is the first time ever when Edge became champion, he cashed in on John Cena. And then he had an epic story going forward for most of 2006. Will Rumble, and then Cena and Edge in the middle of 2006 WrestleMania season. Edge ran to face McFoley, Cena to face, I think, Triple H. Yeah, Triple H. Then afterwards, Cena was a champion, right? Cena lost RVD. Edge defeated RVD, become champion. And then they had those summer feud. And then they had the final match at TLC in Toronto, Edge's hometown, right? And then it ended there in 2006. But it was heated. It was heated. It was enjoyable. And then they kind of had reunited their feud a little bit on SmackDown when Edge was using Vicky Guerrero to get what he wants, and he got Big Show involved. So yeah, I can see Edge up there for sure. I mean, people, I know it's not possible because Adam Copeland's contracted AEW, but people want Edge, like people want Edge to be one of his final opponents, and I don't think it's gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen. It's not gonna happen because he's still contracted AEW. Despite not being AEW TV for 3 months because he's filming for Percy Jackson, I believe season 3. And number one, CM Punk. Oh yeah, CM Punk. This is actually pretty good. Now this started actually in 2010. Okay, this really began in 2010, late of 2010. CM Punk kicked out Wade Barrett to become the leader of Nexus because they thought Wade Barrett was doing a terrible job, let Nexus down when they're battling John Cena. So CM Punk took over because of John Cena, and then okay. Then later in 2011, there's all CM Punk was threatening to leave, right? He got the title shot. John Cena was threatening to leave if he wins the title at his hometown at Money in the Bank, right? Was it Money in the Bank? Yeah, I don't know. 2011, and that's what happened. CM Punk won, right? Left, and everybody thought CM Punk was WWE. No, so the next night they had a tournament. Who was going to become champion again, right? John Cena won, but CM Punk's music hit. His new theme music he uses now, called The Personality, and he's back. And he did that famous pipe bomb stuff, right? A famous pipe bomb, all that. And that really took CM Punk to the next level was the pipe bomb. And then they had a match at SummerSlam, who was the real champion, CM Punk won, and then they did that whole uh, elbow the wheel Kevin Nash Triple H thing. But yeah, it was they had great matches too. That one, CM Punk John Cena is one of his top 5 matches. Is probably a CM Punk match. So I can see why he's number one. They had that thing go. They had that thing going back when Cena was a heel a couple months ago, and Cena pulled off his pipe bomb. But so I don't think this is a bad list. I think if I made my list, my rankings different. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a top 5 or a top 10, but I'll definitely do my own list of top 5 or top 10 Cena's rivals, greatest rivals. And most of the wrestlers in this list, I mean, it's gonna be in my list anyway. Anyway, I want to know you guys. You agree with Bleacher Report's list here, guys? Do you agree with Bleacher Report's list here? If not, tell me who you think Cena's greatest rivals are in the comments below. I'll make my own video once, as I said, on the greatest rivals. As we get closer, we're gonna do something leading up to John Cena's retirement. I'm gonna make more videos leading up to John Cena's retirement until December 30th, Stardust main event. Okay, but yeah, who do you think is his greatest rivals? I'll make my own video. Like, share, subscribe, comment below, and with that, oh, and don't worry, I'm gonna make an intro, all that stuff that's coming, and all that stuff. But make sure to subscribe. Like, share, subscribe, and comment below. Thanks.